It's early in the morning, and we're doing alright, Lordy Mama. We've been doing all night, Lordy Mama, and we're doing alright. It's early in the morning, and we're doing alright, Lordy Mama. We've been doing all night, Lordy Mama, and we're doing alright. Come lay with me, my baby, gracefully from reality. You and me and my baby. Hey, oh, peacefully as you're holding me, never, never taking your love from me. You and me and my baby. It's early in the morning, and we're doing alright, Lordy Mama. We've been doing all night, Lordy Mama, and we're doing alright. It's early in the morning, and we're doing alright, Lordy Mama. We've been doing all night, Lordy Mama, and we're doing gracefully from reality. You and me and my baby. Hey, oh, peacefully as you're holding me, never, never taking your love from me. You and me and my baby. It's early in the morning, and we're doing alright, Lordy Mama. We've been doing all night, Lordy Mama, and we're doing alright. It's early in the morning, and we're doing alright, Lordy Mama. We've been doing all night, Lordy Mama, and we're doing alright. It's early in the morning, and we're doing alright, Lordy Mama. We've been doing all night, Lordy Mama, and we're doing alright. It's early in the morning, and we're doing alright, Lordy Mama. We've been doing all night, Lordy Mama, and we're doing
This is Rico Rodriguez, out of Warrigal. The Rastafari. Go to sound and go to power. Rastafari.
He walks out as a feather, no burden, no care. She talks like she'll be holding down the nation's world under her hair. He seems fine, then the first move farther. This insurance bound society change to fit what she made. They can't cry until we give her enough reason. Without hands, without hands. Young the giant, hold no fear. Mysticism loves to dear. Get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way.
Gotta take down the giant while I sit in silence. Sideways, spread the peace, never mind the violence. There's not enough resources, it's awkward. While I stand abroad, we all need to move forward. Got a young girl on the corner, got a young boy that wanna be a thug. Got a family tree that is getting chopped down, 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 down from society's variety of love. That is
Indigenous tribes, gotta find a love life. The moon and red tide,
represent the light side. Peace to the skies. One love with the oneness. Peace to all the souls among us. Trust.
young the giant, hold no fear. Mysticism loves to dear. Get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way. I'll holler at you soon, there'll be no problem. Don't back up your stone, this child is so thin. Your blood do not hurt, patience will come back. Carry on with the blow, and that's infection. I'll holler at you soon, there'll be no problem. Don't pack up your stuff, this child is so thin. Young blood do not hurt, patience will come back. Carry on with the blow, and that's infection. Young the giant, hold no fear. Mysticism loves to dear. Get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way.
e nā mana, e nā reo, e nā karangatanga maha o te motu, tēnā koutou katoa. E te mana whenua o nai tuahuriri, tēnā koutou. E nā pukenga mā, e nā akonga mā, e nā hoa mā, tēnā koutou katoa. O e mihi ana ki a koutou katoa e te whānui o tēnei kaupapa whakanuia. Nau mai, haere mai, tauti mai. E mea ana te whakatoki. Ka whati te tai, ka pau te torea. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Māori ora tātou. Ko wai ahau, no wiwi, taku tīpuna. Ko Lisa, taku ingoa. Kei ototahi e noho ana ahau. He kaimahi ahau ki te pokapura ka hinonga. Nei rā te whakamiha ki a koutou katoa, tēnā koutou katoa. Greetings to everyone here with us tonight. I'm Lisa, Innovation Lead here at the Centre for Entrepreneurship, and on behalf of UCE team, it's my great privilege to welcome you to this evening of celebration of our students and our amazing support community. I would like to acknowledge all of you from throughout the country who have joined us this evening. Your presence is incredibly valuable and meaningful for us at UCE and at UC. We acknowledge the Mana tribal authority over this land here in Waitaha, Canterbury, in particular the local sub-tribe Ngāi Tuahuriri from the iwi of Ngāi Tahu. To our students, families, friends, greetings to you all. And welcome and congratulations to all our students. It's a pleasure to be able to welcome all of you to this evening of celebration. And the proverb, sorry, wrong way. We have chosen today, as that I've mentioned earlier, and speaks very well from our aspiration at here at UC and UCE. This whakatoki Ngāi Tahu recognizes the importance of reading the conditions, being prepared with the skills, the knowledge, the timing, and making most of opportunities when they arise. Ka whati te tai, ka pau te torea. When the tide recedes, the oyster catcher strikes. It's my great pleasure to introduce you to our MC for the evening. Emma, as not only close to UCE for being a great supporter for this cohort this year, alumni of this program herself, co-founder of TENI, with her partner in crime, Rone, who is backstage looking after our students, and 2024 Entrepreneur of the Year Award winner. In closing, greetings to you all and welcome once again. I hope you enjoyed tonight's celebration of our students. Nō reira, nō mai, tauti mai, tēnā koutou, a tēnā koutou katoa.
Thank you, Lisa. That was beautiful. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the 2026 Summer Startup Showcase. I hope that you guys are just as excited to be here as I am. It is so nice to look around the room and meet everyone's friends and family and see all the industry support that we've seen before. It's going to be a fun-filled evening. So the main purpose of tonight is to celebrate the last 10 weeks of work from all of the students. They have each chosen a problem that they feel passionate about, and they have decided to do hard work, blood, sweat and tears. They have been validating, they've been talking to customers, they've been building relationships, trying things, throwing it out the window, having meltdowns, and then picking themselves back up the next day and starting all over again. And all of that work wouldn't be possible without each of you in the room as well. I know that a lot of you are the ones getting the late night texts when each of them is stressed, or picking them up when they're having a bad day, or giving them ideas of how they can brand and do their logos. So thank you to each of you for being here as well. As Lisa mentioned, I was in their shoes about 2 years ago today. I came in again last year as well and let you all know how far we had come, and then this year I've been promoted to MC, so hopefully I do something okay again tonight. I do have a little bit of housekeeping to do before we kick everything off. If you need to leave, please try to do it in between pitches, just out of respect for the students. Bathrooms are to the left in the atrium. The piano is smoke, vape, and drug-free. In the unlikely event of a fire or earthquake, follow these green running men, and then the staff will meet you out in the corridor and walk you out to the artificial grass patch out there. I think it's called a piazza. Hopefully we don't need to know any of that, but at least you can say I told you. And so to officially kick us off, I would like to welcome somebody who has been a huge part of building this community and backing the student founders. He is going to provide an overview of UCE and the importance of inspiring and developing the capabilities of the next generation of entrepreneurs and change makers. Please give a very warm welcome to the one and only Jared Quinn.
Well, thank you, Eva. We'll keep you on so far. Kia ora, everybody. Nau mai, haere mai, ki tēnei hui hui nā, he tino tātaku koutou koutoa o te pukapu raka hi nona. So welcome to the Centre for Entrepreneurship and Te Kura Umanga Business School event. Why is tonight important? It's because our future will be built by people who have the belief and the ability to solve problems. And doing the same things that we have done won't get us there. It needs better questions, braver experiments, and people willing to turn ideas into something new. New businesses create jobs and employment opportunities, they raise the standard of living, they improve the quality of life, and they can drive entire industries forward. So micro-enterprise, social entrepreneurship as well, and locally driven innovation are key, vital tools for economic resilience. And the impact of these new ventures often extends beyond economic growth too. Many founders address pressing societal and environmental challenges, proving that business can be a force for positive change as well as profit. At UCE, we believe that anyone can choose to be part of this. We've had 16-year-olds saving aardvarks and 68-year-olds starting source businesses. So our fundamental task is to help our students become world-class entrepreneurs and change makers. Now, those are just fancy terms for saying that someone who can create or spot an opportunity and then actually make it happen. Now, whether our students become founders or change makers or employees, they will make more impact if they have an entrepreneurial mindset. We help to unleash their potential, to give them belief and core capabilities, to provide a community of like-minded people to belong to. As Emma said, sometimes it's a rocky road and it can get rough. We make connections to advice and capital, and we nurture their confidence to pursue their passion. Over the last 13 years, we have supported more than 2,700 students in the creation of over 670 ventures. These ventures have delivered a lot of social, cultural, environmental, and commercial impact, employing many people and raising tens of millions of dollars in capital. Now think Atik, MedSalve, VXT, Banker, Koruri, Kiwi Fibre, Timi, Swoltech, Shenanigans and EndoSoothe, to name just a few. In celebrating our student entrepreneurs this evening, we're not only honouring individual creativity, we're recognising that entrepreneurship promotes communities, strengthens them, drives prosperity, and builds the future we all want to see. Now, every year we have to raise over $100,000 to provide a small scholarship to the summer startup participants. So that instead of working a summer job, they can focus full-time on their venture over summer. It's not an easy time to be asking for fundraising. So I want to make mention of 5 very, very special supporters, different industries, different structures, but each one is in the business of making a difference, turning ideas into reality. Now, many of you will know that Take Communications is the company that spawned the tech sector in Canterbury. This year's Summer Startup was made possible again by an exceptionally generous donation from the Tate Contel Trust. And having previously focused on growing science, technology, engineering and maths talent, they are now supporting UCE to grow the entrepreneurial talent that's necessary to actually commercialise great innovations. And aside from providing the majority of scholarships to the students, they have also provided a seed development grant fund where we can make small grants to help these ventures accelerate their path to market. Imagine the difference it makes to a fledgling venture if they can get necessary data or advice or connections without giving away equity at too early a stage. Secondly, a shout out to VXT. Now, VXT came through our Summer Startup program in 2020. Luke Campbell and Lucy Turner started in UCE. They are now producing a software which assists lawyers to hold conversations, hold meetings, record calls, and using intelligent conversation data and artificial intelligence to actually simplify their business. Luke has been a generous supporter of UCE. This is the 3rd year that they have supported, and they're perpetuating a cycle of our alumni coming back and supporting those who come after them. And a warm welcome to a new supporter. Hamilton Jet this year have provided scholarships for the first time. Now, Hamilton Jet is at the forefront of the most advanced and innovative marine propulsion technology in use globally, and we're all very proud of them. Chartered Accountants Australia and New Zealand included UCE in their strategic partner network, providing chartered accountants in residence and community connections opportunities. These accountants are more innovative than Ben Affleck was in the movie of the same name. Lastly, the UCE Business School has provided lecturers, facilities and services to enable the program, as well as a scholarship to support one of the ventures. We work closely with academics from all the UCE faculties to promote opportunities for their students for immersion in commercial and market reality. And where possible, we reach out to ARA and to Lincoln and Otago universities. In fact, one of the ventures you will see tonight hails from Lincoln University. So if you like what we're trying to do and want to help ignite this next generation of change makers and entrepreneurs, please come and get in touch with us. This evening, you will see 10 of the 18 ventures from Startup 25. We all would have liked to have had every venture presenting. They have all done the work. They've all stuck their hands up to say, I want to make a difference. We are so impressed with the quality of ideas, the mahi they put in, and the passion displayed by them all. But unfortunately, we only have limited time to show you a sample of the great people and ideas, and that's why we call it a showcase. And I do need to be clear here that while some ventures may outline the resources they need to take their venture forward, this does not constitute a pitch for investment in terms of the Financial Markets Conduct Act. So as a UC team of 6, we can't do it on our own. Later on, Pete will properly acknowledge our interns and supporters. But in fact, as Emma said, it is our wider community, the people here tonight, that really make Summer Startup and our work possible. The Christchurch Innovation ecosystem, the sponsors who make the program possible, and these friends and whānaus who are there to support these young people who are trying something new. So, please, after the pictures, join us for some hospitality and meet some of these great young people. Ka mihi, and thank you for being here again. I hope you're ready to be amazed by the pictures from Summer Startup 25. Thank you.
All right, my next intro is supposed to be a lot shorter, but I'm going to break the rules a little bit because one of the students wrote it for me. So it's really cute, and I'm going to read the vast majority of it. Next up, we have someone who is absolutely not your average university staff member. This man is a part motivator, part connector, part therapist, and honestly, the reason this program feels the way that it does. He creates spaces where founders feel safe to be completely themselves. He's the one blasting music so loud the whole business school knows that Summer Startup has started, drags us into circles, and somehow gets a room of sleep-deprived founders excited at 9 a.m. We show up thinking we're early. He's already there hours before. We stay late. He's later. We email at weird hours. He's done much worse. The real magic is behind the scenes when he brings in founders who have raised millions, exited companies, failed spectacularly, and tried again, so we learn from people who have actually been in it. Building a startup is hard, like really hard, but it's people like him who give us the tools, the networks, and the belief that maybe, just maybe, we can actually pull this off. Please give a big, loud welcome to the legend himself, Pete Howard.
So, kia ora koutou. I really wasn't expecting such a warm welcome and such amazing gratitude. So, I'm the Student Innovation Lead at the Centre for Entrepreneurship, and really do believe that I have one of the best jobs that you could possibly imagine in the world. It's filled full of purpose, it's filled full of amazing students, and I'm lucky enough that I've got a boss and a team that somehow put up with me. Not an easy task, and I know that Paul will be pleased this year. I did get around to writing my speech, so that's good. So first of all, thank you so much to all of you that have come to support our 13th Summer Startup Program showcase. This year we received over 80 applications from students from throughout the University of Canterbury, all that held a dream and a burning desire to bring their products and services to the world. This year's cohort, we've had 23 participants across 18 ventures that represent a really broad range of startup ideas, from skincare brands, urban growing solutions and compostable packaging solutions, through to firefighting drones, decluttering apps, blockchain education and automation services. From purpose-driven ventures with ambitious social and environmental impact to bold ambitions of Aotearoa's next unicorn, this cohort represents the potential a generation of entrepreneurs and change makers have to create the future. This Summer Startup Program is an action-packed 10-week program that is based on supporting students who have a burning desire to solve real problems and pursue opportunities. It offers an intersection between the world of academia and real-world applications. Our participants have had the support of over 70 plus seasoned founders and industry professionals who have all come and generously shared their passion, experience and expertise as speakers, workshop facilitators and mentors. Jared's already mentioned it, but as an extracurricular program, participants have been lucky to be supported by over $80,000 in scholarships to support them in pursuing the ventures. And without this program simply wouldn't be able to exist. So a huge thank you to the Take Contel Trust, Hamilton Jet, VXT and the UCE Business School. It is this village of support that provides the launchpad for future change makers, innovators and startup founders. Over the last 10 weeks, we've had over 80 plus speaker sessions and workshops, 10 field trips to Otatahi-based startups and global businesses, and over 40 plus mentors, investors and VCs providing one-on-one support. In total, participants this year have been involved in over 120 plus activities throughout their summer startup journey. During the program, we highly encourage participants to let go of their assumptions, to dive deep into their prospective customer pains and needs, and to validate their ventures' potential desirability, viability and feasibility, while balancing this exploration with a bias to action, including the speed and agility to build, learn, fail and pivot, because that's where all great startups begin. Our 10-week program starts with getting participants to explore their own personal why and entrepreneurial mindset before diving deep into customer exploration, market validation, prototyping and business models, through to the science behind branding and marketing, finances, legal considerations, investment, and the wider startup support ecosystem. It's based on encouraging real-world exploration and customer validation while building the foundational knowledge, capabilities, and connections our emerging founders need to build their ventures. I'm immensely proud of the program we've delivered this year and would like to specifically thank the dream team of interns I've had supporting the cohort. Arush, Emma, and Renee, alongside the rest of the UCE team, you've been absolutely incredible. It's simply just made life so easy, and what you've brought to the cohort is beyond words. Together, we've accomplished an average 9-star rating by participants across the last 9 weeks of the program, which I think is pretty outstanding. And lastly, to all of our 2026 Summer Startup cohort, you have all been amazing. I've loved how much we've bonded and become a whānau during the program, and immensely proud of what you have all achieved. You will see 10 of the ventures from this year's program this evening. However, I can assure you that all 18 of our ventures this year deserve to be on stage. We thank you for your support of us this evening and wish all of our ventures a huge congratulations and best wishes for their pitches tonight and the startups they go on to build. Thank you.
I have to echo a couple of things there because we definitely were the dream team. But also the cohort standard this year was crazy. Like, even comparing it to us a couple of years ago, I probably wouldn't have been up on stage if I was in it this year. They were all phenomenal. Speaking of the students, next we're going to hear from somebody who has lived and breathed the Summer Startup program from inside. She brings the biggest heart and incredible level of positivity, the rare mix of warmth and professionalism to everything that she does. She's the kind of person who within 5 seconds of meeting you is thinking of everybody under the sun that she could introduce you to. She's a connector. She is a student of commerce studying marketing and entrepreneurship. She has experienced the highs, the challenges, the pivots, and the growth that come with this program. And tonight she's going to share what that journey was like for each of you. So please give a very warm welcome to our lovely Lexi Eddington-Smith.
Thank you, Emma. That was lovely. In week 1 of the program, a guest speaker told us that the grass grows where you water it. Over the past 10 weeks, I believe this cohort has watered their startups every single day. Before Summer Startup, I was event manager of UC Women in Business, and I was also a part of the Entree Enterprise Challenge. Those experiences showed me that growth comes from saying yes to opportunities, even when you don't feel 100% ready. The UCE floor became a space where I consistently pushed myself throughout 25. And when Summer Startup applications opened, I knew that it was something that I really wanted to be a part of. We've all listened, learned, laughed, and grown together. The spiderweb network of mentors and founders has been invaluable at Summer Startup, and we've soaked up all of the insights and expertise that you've given us. And I promise that we've actually connected more than just a friend request on LinkedIn. Beyond the workshops and pitch presentation, we've made internal connections for life, from spontaneous beach trips to sunset barbecues and karaoke nights with lots of out-of-tune singing. Summer Startup has taught us to fail fast, to ask for more help, and to trust the mentors and the people around us. On that note, you'll be seeing a lot more of me tonight, so feel free to scan the QR code at the end of my pitch if you want to connect. To Pete, Arush, Renee, Emma, and the entire UCE team, thank you for being absolute superstars and for always keeping the Fruit Burst Bowl full in the UCE building. The amount of time and support you have dedicated to this program is exceptional, and we are all so appreciative of you. I graduate in April, and I'm proud of where my yeses have placed me. And for all the aspiring UC entrepreneurs in the audience, apply for these programs. They've absolutely changed my university experience and put me on a different career path. So feel free to send me any questions at all. And on a final note, I encourage everyone in the audience to take a bold leap in 2026. And next time you feel nervous about stepping out beyond your comfort zone, remember, you feel fear because it's new, not because you can't do it. On behalf of the cohort and I, thank you for coming tonight to support us, and have a fantastic evening.
We are going to take a quick break here before we go into the pictures, just to keep you all in suspense. So what I need to do is paint a picture for each of you of what is happening behind the stage right now, which is that there is a room, which is called the green room, and we have 14 founders sitting out there. There is a screen where they can see me, but they cannot see you. And they are lying on the ground doing breathing exercises and thinking about all the times they have procrastinated in their life. So, to make sure that it's not just you guys sitting here comfortable and enjoying the ride, we're going to make sure that they know who is out here supporting them. Every single person here, whether you're industry, if you have a startup yourself, if you want to quit your job and start a startup, if you're an investor, especially if you're friends and family, when I count down, I would like you to make the most noise that you have made of 2026 so that they can identify exactly where you are in the audience, please. 3, 2, 1. That was way better than I was expecting. I'm actually impressed. So we are about to bring Lexi back out, but not as Lexi Smith, as the founder of Aroha X. Enjoy the first pitch and welcome Lexi again.
Every day, millions of authentic moments are captured on phones in New Zealand, but most of the time, these just end up living forever in our camera rolls. What if we could turn these moments into value for communities, businesses, and the environment? 85% of consumers trust user-generated content more than staged brand marketing content. Yet, businesses across the country don't know that the most valuable marketing material is actually in the pockets of their customers, not currently being utilised. Small businesses in New Zealand face a content paradox. Small hospitality and tourism operators are busy and they're time poor. They're relying on really expensive marketing campaigns that might not create engagement, or old content that doesn't utilise and relate to the customers at the moment in time. Aroha X is a digital marketing platform that connects tourism and hospitality operators with travellers and locals in New Zealand. Businesses can license videography, photography, testimonials, and reviews from their customers and connect with real moments. And how do we do this? Through the people, the environment, and the business. Every transaction helps all three of these together, and that's kaitiakitanga in action. These are some examples of categories that could be uploaded by users like you and I from your camera roll. Different landscapes, events, activities, and dining, and it's all geo-tagged. This is the model. It's a triple win business model because it is circular. Firstly, uploaders earn 60% of the revenue from their uploads, and 10% goes towards a sustainable initiative of their choice. Then, subscription modelers are on a tiered price point for whatever suits their business the most. We've got some nationwide traction already. I've got 83 people waitlisted and ready to upload when it is live. And there's 15 pilot businesses across the country that would be interested in taking part in the pilot. I've walked into for myself and shown them all of the pictures you've seen in the slides so far and said, would these actually collate and would they relate to your customers? And they were all really adamant that this is something they would want to be part of. To competitors, we are connecting real people, real moments, and real connections. The market opportunity across Australasia is 729 million at the moment. The roadmap is set to be on a smooth path. We've got the launch in the next few months, and we're set to be profitable by the end of the year after we get a little bit of technical help. I'm the founder, but you already know who I am after 2 nice introductions, so these are some of my supporters that I would like to give credit to. Perry Drysdale, Renee, Penelope and Michael are all amazing mentors of mine across the sustainability, entrepreneurship and marketing space. Now, I'm not a software engineer, so my ask is for some technical expertise, any connections in the tourism and hospitality industry, and any potential conversations that you'd like to have with me after. I'll be out the back there. Thank you so much for listening to me tonight, and let's help create circular impact in New Zealand with the moments that we love.
That was a phenomenal job kicking us off, Lexi. So, Aroha X is about unlocking value from the photos that we're already taking, which is great because my camera roll is very full, but so is the rest of my house. The next startup is for anyone who's ready to declutter, but not ready to spend their night listing everything on Facebook Marketplace. Please welcome Zach Hemmings with Clutter.
Thank you, Emma. You've got too much stuff. And most of us have more things than we really need. I'm Zach, and I'm going to show you how to turn some of that stuff into cash. Selling stuff is good for us. It clears up space, it clears your mind, and you get cash back for things you weren't even using. It's literally free money. Yet we hold on to things we never use. Why? Well, you know your clutter takes up space, but letting go is hard. And listing, that's a hassle. The current alternatives don't help either. By a show of hands, who here can't be bothered with Marketplace? Right? And so we accumulate until moving house or quite literally running out of space forces us to sell stuff. So we asked over 40 people. They all had the same problem. The hassle of selling was just too much for them. So how do we remove these barriers? How do we reverse engineer the selling process to make it doable? We started asking these questions, and what we found? Magic. As soon as people see dollar signs, their attachment to their clutter disappears. Suddenly, it's exciting to let go. So we're building an app to connect people that want to declutter with people that will buy those items from them to sell for a profit. And it's as easy as this. Let's say you start a decluttering session, you go around home, take a photo of everything you don't need. The app will give you an estimate, and if you're happy with the price, you should be, we'll get a reseller on the way, you get paid, we get paid, everyone's happy. Our first 10 users have listed about $8,000 of item value between them, which once sold will generate them $4,000, at least $3,000 for our resellers, and a $1,200 commission for clutter at 15%. You might ask, don't our customers want all of that $8,000? Well, the key here is they had to do nothing. They got their space back and they're cashed up, which for our customer is what really matters. The market opportunity is huge. Across New Zealand, Australia and the US, there's an estimated $487 billion worth of items sitting idle in storage. It's an opportunity that is hard to ignore. We've started by reselling across Christchurch, building our network of these vetted resellers. From there, we moved to other New Zealand cities before going global. And I'll admit, I don't know everything, but I'm not afraid to ask. And I have a great team of people to help me get this done. That being said, if you see the vision and want in on building New Zealand's next unicorn, please make yourself known, and I would love to speak with you. And if I've inspired you to declutter your space, scan the QR code and register your interest. Because in a few weeks, when we launch the app to the public, give it a go. It will change your life. Thank you.
moved house a couple of weeks ago, and I genuinely would have sold my soul for that to exist. So the next founder that we have took a problem that most people joke about, laugh about, quietly complain about, and turned it into a real customer-validated business, which I honestly think is peak entrepreneurship. Before we begin, ladies, can you please give me a quick show of hands? How many of you think that it is time that men leveled up their basic hygiene standards, at least just a little bit? Yeah, we're getting comfy, come on. The data shows. Please welcome Dope.
I'm sure you've heard it all before. Guys need to stop thinking with their dick, but no one ever teaches us how to think for it. A few years ago, I was flatting with 11 guys, and just like any house of 11 guys, a lot of conversations come up, including issues downstairs, like irritation, odor, discomfort, and other unwanted things. After talking it through, we realized the real issue was hygiene, and that 8-in-1 body wash that might be good for your pits is not good for your bits. So we asked, why are there products like FemFresh out there for girls and nothing for guys? So here's Dope, a men's intimate wash that's pH balanced, gentle enough for the daily use, it's got formulated with the odor control without irritation, and actually designed for men. Our MVP is a single-use wash that is currently being formulated by Peerage Products. Once done, we're going to test through real-world use, first through giving to friends, then to reduce bias, we're going to give to other friends to give to their partners, recognizing that partners play a big role in men's personal care. Our total market is men's personal care, our serviceable market is men's wash and hygiene products, and our initial target market is New Zealand men aged 18 to 35. We're deliberately starting focus, building a product a small group really loves before expanding. But Dope's not just a product, it's a brand. Our initial business model is to launch direct to consumer through our own e-commerce store and using social media as our primary channel for growth and building a community that men actually want to be a part of. Dope is about confidence, feeling clean and manly without the embarrassment. We want to change the stigma around men's hygiene and normalize a conversation that doesn't currently exist. There are products out there, don't get me wrong, but none that do it all. We're not just another men's body wash with a new label slapped on it. We're making one product for one specific job done right. Our branding is clean and masculine, not gimmicky and not medical, making it approachable for the everyday man. This clarity is what sets Dope apart. Our cost per unit is around $4 with an initial target retail price of $12. We've already spoken with over 100 potential customers, both guys and girls, helping shape the branding, product, and our go-to-market approach. We're deliberately starting with a focus MVP to validate real-world demand before expanding. Once validated, we're going to launch a crowdfunding campaign to help with funding the next phase of growth, buying customer building, and gaining traction. So we want you guys to all join the community. Please follow us on Instagram @StayDope, where you can stay up to date with the product and our campaign launch. Men's hygiene, it shouldn't be awkward, and honestly, our dicks deserve better. Clean confidence, not cocky, that's Dope.
This one's cheesy, I'm sorry guys. Now that we've helped stop the burning downstairs, it's time to tackle something a little bigger, like literally fires. Fred Sutkin and his team are using drones to fight wildfires faster, smarter, and safer, which is objectively heroic. Please welcome Fred.
Imagine, all of New Zealand is on fire. I mean, like a raging inferno. In the Australian summer of 2020, bushfires totaling the size of New Zealand destroyed over 3,000 homes, killed almost 500 people, and created an emissions catastrophe. And these events are a growing problem worldwide. Firefighters are more under-resourced than ever, and the tools they rely on are cumbersome and outdated. Currently, the most effective way to stop a raging bushfire is to get ahead of it and create fire breaks by manually removing hectares of trees and bush. This is a slow, dangerous, and environmentally destructive process. Firefighters need a new way to create fire breaks. Introducing Firefly. We use large drones to spray a fire-retardant gel on homes and across vegetation. When mixed with water, this gel acts as a powerful heat sink, creating fire breaks before flames can catch hold. Secondly, our drones can scan the terrain around the fire, collecting data and predicting exactly where the fire breaks are most needed. Using drones gives us a huge advantage. Compared to other aerial techniques, they can fly lower and closer to the fire, access more difficult terrain, operate at night, and use far less water, all at a fraction of the cost. Our plan is to enter the market as a contractor, initially focusing on nighttime operations, a window where all other aerial firefighting is actually grounded. From there, we will scale internationally by selling our drones and licensing the software worldwide. Our primary customers are the likes of Fire and Emergency New Zealand, Queensland Fire, and Fire Rescue Victoria. Actually, all of these count. This is an $8 billion market opportunity, and we believe Firefly can capture $140 million of this. We are a team of three. There's myself, Fred, alongside Anthony and Marco. Our advisors include the spokesperson for the New Zealand Firefighters Union, a drone expert, a wildfire behaviour expert, and somebody who has been through similar regulations recently. To date, we have interviewed over 50 people and started developing our first makeshift prototype. We have validated frustrations with firefighters and gained positive feedback from funding agencies. As climate change accelerates, the number of homes being destroyed and people being displaced due to wildfires will sadly increase. Firefly will be a necessary and required resource on top of existing infrastructure to save homes, lives, and the environment in which millions of animals live. We are forming an advisory board and are looking for people in these areas. If you are interested in being part of Firefly's journey, please scan the QR code. Let's help reduce the devastating effects of wildfires together. Thank you.
I recently found out that Fred's very first business in high school was natural fire starters. So he might have been planning this one for a long time. The next team is all about making sure talent doesn't just burn bright on the court, but also off of it. Please welcome Jonathan and Ryan from Lift Off Studios.
In today's market, performance alone does not unlock commercial value. Athletes need a strong personal brand, yet most lack the time or passion to create them. We are Lift Off Studios, and we are redefining sports marketing. Brand value. It grows through consistent social media content. Without it, sponsorship deals are limited, creating financial pressure and uncertainty for athletes who should be focused on performance.
Take William Stedman as an example. Will is a 13-time international medalist, 3-time Paralympian, and New Zealand flag bearer. And even at his level of success, he knows that he's undercapitalizing on his career without a strong personal brand. Like most elite athletes, he lacks the time and the passion to build one himself. And this issue is consistently echoed throughout the athletic field, making athlete sponsorship an unattractive proposition for brands.
Currently, sports agents are seen as a barrier rather than a partner, with little to no help in implementing content or developing the athlete's brand.
Whereas freelance videographers lack the industry connections and require an upfront fee for their services.
Liftoff Studios is streamlining sports marketing, combining representation and content creation in one seamless package. We operate on an equity-based model, aligning our success directly with the athletes. To put simply, we help athletes with content creation and brand development in return for a percentage of future sponsorship revenue.
To date, we have signed 2 Kiwi athletes on the world stage. Firstly, the aforementioned William Stedman, as well as pro freestyle skier Luke McConnell. Now, in the 4 months that we've worked with Will, we've increased his brand value on social media. We've done this by curating over 20 posts and creating a custom brand kit personalized to him. In result to this, 4 brands are now interested in partnering with him.
Our team consists of myself, Brian, focusing on that sponsorship negotiation, and John O'Sale, an expert in content creation.
Throughout this journey, we've been supported by many, like Dr. Diane Jones, a pioneer in the wearable tech field, who's worked with global brands such as Nike and Adidas, as well as Arush Bhagwat, a pro cricketer who is also a founder in the sports field.
In the next 6 months, we'll focus on expanding our portfolio of athletes and creatives here in Christchurch. In 2027, we'll look to expand nationwide, and in 18 months, we'll look to go into the Australian market, creating a foundation to be the #1 driver of athlete sponsorship in Australia and New Zealand in just 3 years.
Liftoff Studios is where performance meets opportunity.
So, if you're an expert in marketing, involved in the sports industry, or a brand who's experienced the challenges with athlete sponsorship, we would love to chat so we can help athletes do what they love. Thank you.
We're halfway already. That's gone very, very quickly for me. So now at halftime, we're going to bring up Amber, who is an alumni of UCE. She is the founder of Peak, who is helping give people energy without the side effects of caffeine. Please come up to the stage, Amber.
Thank you, Pete. Hello, everyone. Don't you guys think these pictures so far have been absolutely incredible? I sat in this very audience last year after going through Summer Startup, but I didn't make the top 10, and I didn't get to pitch on this stage. Honestly, that failure was one of the most valuable parts of the experience, because it taught me so early on that setbacks don't define you. They're just part of the process. This journey isn't about one moment of validation. It's about whether you keep building when no one's paying attention. I'm Amber Scott, and I'm building Peak. I'm a fourth-year law student who thought I was going to follow the traditional university path to becoming a lawyer. But along the way, I became obsessed with solving a problem that I experienced every single day. Coffee was making me anxious, jittery, and unproductive. Caffeine was actively working against me instead of helping me to perform. I looked for solutions that worked. I couldn't find any, so I decided to build one. Peak reduces the negative side effects of caffeine. You add it to your coffee, and you keep the energy and focus, but lose the jitters and anxiety. Summer Startup gave me something so valuable: genuine support from other founders, mentorship from professionals, and an environment to help me grow and learn. Since Summer Startup, things have changed significantly as I have developed Peak. I participated in the Enterprise Challenge run by the wonderful Entree Club at the University of Canterbury. I won the pitching competition, receiving $32,000 in funding and services. Thank you. That capital funded our pilot manufacturing, gave us legal, accounting, and marketing support, This has been an absolute game changer for us. For the past few months, I've been in the UCE incubator program. This has given me legitimacy and much more structure. That shift from side project and passion to actual business, that's what the UCE incubator program has helped me to implement. Pete, Jared, Ben, and the entire UCE team have built something genuinely rare here. This community, this infrastructure, is something most people don't get, so we are very lucky. Now Peak is in what I like to call soft launch mode. We have customers buying and using Peak, giving us feedback that's shaping the product and how we market it. We're in conversations with cafes to integrate Peak as an add-on. You'll be able to add it to your coffee like you add a shot of vanilla or oat milk. Full launch is tracking for April, but we all know how flexible timelines must be in the startup world. I genuinely love to connect with all of you after this. Let's talk about what you're building. If you have any advice for me, I'm always ready to soak up information like a sponge. If you deal with coffee-induced anxiety or jitters, check out addpeak.com. And if you know any cafe owners or operators, I'd love an introduction. I want Peak to be accessible to everyone, everywhere. To this year's cohort, keep reminding yourself your timeline is your own. Whether you made the showcase tonight, whether you win anything, none of that determines anything. What determines your success is whether you're still building years from now when the initial excitement fades. Building a business is not aesthetic. You have to live and breathe it every day. But keep going. It is the most incredible journey that we are very lucky to have the support of UCE for. I'm so grateful for my journey so far and all of the support I've received, along with the incredible people I have met. I cannot wait to show the world what Peak and I have to offer. Thank you.
One of the most beautiful moments that we ever had back at UCE was when Amber launched her first lot of products and we had like 15 people volunteering as a working bee in the backspace or doing her labels and packaging everything for her. And it was so fun. Next up we have Katana, who is from Missouri 1. So she is tackling a problem that almost everyone here has experienced, which is when you order clothes online, you guess your size, hope for the best, it arrives, you try it on, you're disappointed, and then you have to go through the process of returning it. Please welcome Katana to the stage.
It all started with 3 pairs of jeans. I'm standing in my bedroom, trying them on, one by one, all the same size, all different brands, yet none of them fit. But let me tell you what this really costs. This costs an hour of your life scrolling through contradictory size charts, reading reviews of women's bodies that don't look like yours, and taking the gamble on what might work. And worst of all, it's the voice in our head that says, it's not the jeans, it's you. Now, at first I thought this was just me, but after speaking to 50 women, 68% told me they were frustrated with sizing online shopping. I spoke to women like Sarah, a marketing manager, who buys 3 sizes to only keep 1 and return the rest. Over 45% of jeans and pants that are bought online are returned, and around 2.5 billion fashion items are globally returned. This contributes to 24 million tonnes of CO2 through transport and repackaging. But wait, what about the brands? Brands who do online orders of $250,000 a year with a 25% return rate cost them $2 million a year. This is why I've created Missouri 1, designed to understand your body and your fit and your size every time. Mesure One is a fit intelligence where consumers input their measurements, create their own profile, and receive personalised size recommendations. For retailers, it's an external plugin for their website. This is a $150 billion global market for jeans and pants, with a New Zealand beachhead market of 135 million. Now, we're not the first to identify this problem. Competitors like Boldmetrics, SizeBait, and Fit Analytics solve pieces of this puzzle, but Mesure One fits it all together. Mesure One operates as a tiered B2B SaaS licensing model, where brands pay a monthly fee scaled by brand size and product range, while we reduce returns and build a better fit sizing data over time. I've talked with 6 manufacturers, I've done 50 plus consumer interviews, as well as tested my MVP. I've talked with Cactus, Sergio's Menswear, and others within the fashion industry who are very interested in this solution. Hi, I'm Katana, and I'm a woman with a dream of really solving this problem. I'm joined by an amazing team of mentors who are ready to execute this vision. So let me help you. Let's shop without the guesswork.
I'm sure a lot of us in the room appreciate Katana's service. Next up, we have a team working in a space that is moving very fast, but also confusing a lot of people, myself included. They are demystifying the world of crypto and educating university students. Please welcome Oliver and Cody from On-Chain Education.
What if you woke up tomorrow and all the money in your bank account was just gone? In the digital age, we rely on banks to verify transactions. We trust their records. If banks go down, there's no backup, no transparency, and no records. There is an alternative, blockchain. Think of blockchain like a book that everyone has a copy of. Anyone can read from it, allowing for verification from any copy. Here's the problem. Imagine you're learning how to drive a car just by reading a manual and never touching a steering wheel. This is the current state of university blockchain education worldwide. Students graduate understanding theory, but without ever using the technology. Educators want to teach practical blockchain skills, but face barriers such as financial risk, security concerns, and technical complexity.
The solution? On-chain education. A web-based platform where students can experiment with blockchain using paper money for a risk-free and hands-on learning experience. This allows students to build practical, industry-ready skills through real blockchain interactions, while educators safely guide and track their progress. Currently, we are the only blockchain education platform empowering educators to provide industry-ready experience. The best form of product validation isn't interest, it's a paying client. With our first customer, in just 6 months, we've generated over $14,000 in revenue. That's 1 course, 40 students, and 2,000 blockchain interactions. Now that's what real learning looks like. And with highly encouraging responses from both students and faculty, we've talked to 11 institutions across New Zealand, 8 of which are in the demo stage.
Our total addressable market is $6 billion, and we believe we can capture 15 million annually as our obtainable market.
Our target segment is higher education, and revenue is via licensing agreements.
We operate on a per-student licensing model, priced at $300 per student annually. With a contribution margin of 87%, all of our costs, including salaries, are covered with just 460 students.
Over the next 12 months, we plan to scale here in New Zealand and expand to Australia, finishing 2026 with $150,000 in revenue.
From there, in 2027, we intend to achieve $500,000 in revenue, and our goals for 2028, $1 million in revenue, and impact 5,000 students worldwide.
And with over 20 combined years of blockchain experience, our team blends software engineering skills, proven venture experience, and expert mentors to scale and execute effectively. So if you're in education or technology, we'd love to chat.
We are On-Chain Education, empowering blockchain learners. Thank you.
personally vouch for these guys' educational skills. They spent 15 minutes with me one day and explained it to me better than hours of research, and I went home and spent the whole $10 that I have on crypto. And I'm very proud of that decision. So from blockchains to polymer chains, this next startup is tackling one of the world's biggest problems with some seriously smart science. Paxi is developing sustainable materials designed to replace plastic. She has a big vision with real-world impact. It's close to my heart. Please welcome Olivia Cooper from Paxi.
Don't you love the feeling of a beach walk? The sand beneath your feet, the waves crashing, and yet our oceans are starting to feel different. Growing up by the beach, I've long been fascinated by seaweed, but I've also seen beaches change. In places like Bali, the tide now brings in plastic instead of shells, and it made me wonder, if the ocean bears so much of our waste, why aren't we turning to it for solutions? 400 million tons of plastic is produced each year. But the truth is, you and I aren't prepared to give up a material that is so embedded in our lives. Any alternative must perform well and be cost competitive. So that's where Paxi comes in. Paxi is developing biodegradable, flexible packaging made from New Zealand seaweed, delivering the functionality of plastic without the lasting environmental impact. Our initial focus is food manufacturers that utilize plastic film to wrap and protect their products. We've already developed an early prototype and are exploring pilot trials with the French bakery, Bohemian Bakery, and industry partners interested in scaling. This opportunity is significant. The global plastic-free packaging market is valued at $8.9 billion and growing rapidly as pressure from regulators and consumers to shift towards more sustainable packaging is increasing. Our business model is business to business. Manufacturers integrate our formula into existing infrastructure, offering brands the sustainable packaging that their customers demand. So what sets us apart? Well, that's Aotearoa. With over 15,000 kilometres of coastline, strong seaweed cultivation potential, and a deep cultural connection to the ocean, New Zealand offers a local, resilient supply chain and opportunities for iwi and regional communities to get involved. The impact of Paxi goes beyond replacing plastic. This is about creating a material solution that tackles waste while generating social and environmental value. This progress is led by me, an 18-year-old second-year biochemistry student who is supported by an amazing advisory team. Together, starting right here in New Zealand, we have the science, we have the resources, and we have the ambition to rethink how packaging is made. Our ask at this stage is for support to take Paxi from early prototype to real-world impact. I'm at the beginning, but that's the strength of this project. It's grounded in science, driven by curiosity, and built through collaboration. For after all, plastic changed the world. Paxi helps make sure it doesn't change our environment too. Thank you.
I don't know if you guys can see my arms, but I have genuine goosies. Anyone else? Next up, we have Rosaria with Ready Ritual. She's created a hot and cold skincare ritual set designed to help people recover, refresh, and take care of their skin efficiently. It's about combining simple, effective routines with intentional self-care. Please welcome Rosaria to the stage.
Skincare shouldn't be gentle. Not because your skin should be harmed, but your skincare should be engaging, felt, and impossible to ignore. Yet most skincare today is apply, forget, repeat. The skincare industry is prioritising products over practice and claims over experience. And in 2025 alone, over 1,000 skincare brands launched. They sell, not because they're transforming skin, but because they feel new. Once novelty fades, so does habit. The sauna and cold plunge movement exploded not because it is gentle, but because it is felt. I could list the hundreds of benefits you see on screen, but benefits don't build habit, experience does. That is why Ready Ritual is a duo-phase hot and cold skincare set designed to turn skincare from something you tolerate into something you look forward to. Think of it as skin fitness, not skincare. This was inspired by the sauna and cold plunge movement. How this works is you apply the warming solid serum to activate circulation and awareness to the skin. This is supported by the cooling moisturizer to tighten and reset. This thermal contrast leaves your skin feeling firmer and visibly re-engaged. Our customers are women aged 25 to 35-year-olds that are wellness aware and value skincare as a self-investment. To preface, wellness is not just a trend. The skincare is at a $180 billion market built on attention. We're focusing on the $50 billion at-home wellness ritual space built on behaviour. Ready Ritual starts with a $10 million wedge, focused enough to win, designed to scale. We'll first launch into a direct-to-consumer platform through our e-commerce website and social media platform to control the education and the brand experience. Once the behaviour is established, we'll launch into a B2B model. Traditional skincare is passive, and spa clinics that provide this hot and cold treatment is inaccessible. Ready Ritual is the first design system that creates thermal contrast accessible in a topical skincare set. We currently have final prototypes of the two products, as well as the cooling moisturiser has a unique dosage form, so looking into protecting IP. We've got 45 customers that are engaged for testing and feedback, as well as up to 50% funding support and manufacturing costs through industry-led professionals. We are currently validating our MVP, and in the near term, we'll conduct further product development to ensure launch-ready standards. And in the near future, we will expand globally. With my degree in chemical formulation design and experience working at Mecca, as well as support in formulation, branding, and scale, Ready Ritual is at the intersection of science, experience, and commercial reality. So why not train your skin today?
I'm looking for her family. Where are you? Hands. Here. I saw them right before the show, and they told me, turns out Rosaria's family have a lot of connections within the industry, but she was so determined to do this on her own. She accepted zero help, and I feel like she just stood on the stage and showed all of that determination. It was phenomenal. We are about to have our last pitch of the evening. It is Rory with Savvy Spenders. They are on a mission to help the next generation build strong financial habits, make smart decisions with money, and grow up with the tools to manage their finances confidently. I wish this was around when I was growing up. Please welcome Rory to the stage.
Most adults remember their first financial mistake. For many New Zealanders, this happens as a teenager. In New Zealand, 1 in 4 students leave school without basic financial literacy. These consequences show up later in life as stress, debt, and limited opportunity. Savvy Spenders is a financial literacy game designed to build real-world confidence and habits. It's available in schools and can be used in homes and in schools, and is available both in English and Te Reo Māori. Feedback like this just reinforces how Savvy Spenders creates a collaborative, relaxed way for young people to learn about money. Our primary users are families supported by education providers, Māori and iwi education programs, and retailers enabling scale. Education institutions, Māori organisations and retailers purchase Savvy Spenders in bulk through B2B, with parents, whānau and caregivers purchasing directly online. Priced at $15.99, Savvy Spenders remains affordable and accessible for schools, family and the wider community. Across New Zealand, Australia and the US, this is an estimated $1 billion market, with our initial focus in New Zealand and Australia, an $80 million opportunity with a realistic path to $2.5 million in revenue in 3 to 5 years.
Current alternatives are either highly engaging, but they're just not educational, or they're educational, but not engaging. Savvy Spenders combines both to make a very collaborative game. Over the past year, we've validated credibility through school and iwi trials, family focus groups, Māori organisation endorsement, and support from financial advisors, leading to strong interest from iwi and independent retailers. We also have an upcoming meeting with a board member from the warehouse in around 2 weeks' time. Our go-to-market strategy starts with schools and iwi to build credibility and refine the product. Then we will expand through independent retailers before scaling nationally. This year, we'll finalise the product and launch direct-to-consumer before scaling through education and retail partnerships in New Zealand and Australia. Savvy Spenders has experience in marketing, management, and youth leadership, while their advisors and mentors bring on a wealth of experience. If you're able to support us today, donating helps place Savvy Spenders into low decile schools and communities. If not, follow Savvy Spenders on LinkedIn and social media as we look to launch our crowdfunding campaign soon. Your support helps young people build financial confidence before it's too late. Thank you very much.
How good were the pictures? I reckon we do another round of applause, just finish them all. Building a startup is really, really hard, but I feel like often pitching them is a lot harder than the work that you do day to day on them in your wee nook at UCE. So I'm so incredibly proud of all of you back there. We are now going to open People's Choice voting. So the vibe that I want you to have in your head is, if I had $100 to invest into somebody tonight, who would I invest it into? Who do I think would give me a return? And who do I feel passionate about as a founder? Everything that you should need is up on the screen. The Wi-Fi network is called The Piano, and the password is Music Arts Events. You have about 2 or 3 minutes to get your votes in, so make sure that they count, and I will see you very soon. I actually didn't set a timer, but how is everyone going? Does anyone need any longer? All right. you reckon I get a vote? Surely. We're going to do another 30 seconds and then we're going to move. In the meantime, you can debate if you were going to split it. What would your money be split across if you had $100? All right, I believe we are kicking back into everything. So, as we are mainly founders in this room, I believe, a lot of us will understand that business emergencies occur, and so the bad news is that we will no longer have Brianne here tonight. However, she does have a website called Business But Better, where if you want any of her great resources, you can still find them. And the other good news is that we get an extra 8 minutes in the bar. So we're still going to have a great evening. And we are instead going to move along to Andrew. So Andrew is representing Tate Communications, who are a major supporter of this program, and the founders that you've seen tonight through the Tate Contal Trust. Please give Andrew a very warm welcome.
Sweet. Hi. Before I start, just may I say, wow, this is just so cool. I am the owner of 2 teenage boys, and if they were here, I'm sure they'd be keen on improving their sports branding, and if their mum was here, she'd be sending them to dope. So, I'm Andrew. I'm here, I'm the head of engineering at Tate Communications, and I'm here to say a few words on behalf of Tate Communications and the Tate Foundation, which is the Tate Contal Foundation, one of the sponsors tonight. So, for those who don't know, Tate Communications is in the business of mission-critical communications, and we've been doing that for more than 50 years. Mission-critical communications is providing a solution to those people who need critical communications, and the easiest example is someone like New Zealand Police. This is communications that has to be reliable, it has to be secure, it has to be instantaneous, and most importantly, it has to work on their worst day. And the sectors that we target are public safety, transportation, the utility sector, energy, those sort of things. A few facts about Tate. We've been around, as I said, for more than 50 years. We're privately owned by the Tate Foundation, and I'll talk more about that a bit later. We've got well over 1,000 employees now. Most of our sales and tech support staff are based around the world, but all of our manufacturing, all of our R&D, and all of our corporate function is based right here in Christchurch. I'll skip a few of those slides, because those are just examples. This is the man that we all owe it to, Sir Angus Tate, the late Sir Angus Tate. He is our entrepreneur. He started developing radar solutions in World War II in the RAF in the UK. And when he came home to New Zealand, he started a radio business. And after a couple of years, it failed. But this was the key learning moment for Angus. He had a great idea. He had technically competent people. He had drive and ambition, but he didn't have the business know-how to make that business work. So he worked with the banks and he started another business, and he brought on some people who helped him with the business know-how and made the third leg of that stool, and that's the business that still exists today. Angus was a selfless visionary. many people can say it, but he really did not care about fame or fortune. He cared about creating a business, he cared about creating an industry, and he wanted it to benefit New Zealand. And that was drummed into me from the first day that I started at Tate. He wants his business to exist in perpetuity. Tate Communications has seeded many businesses. Many of the companies in Christchurch in the tech sector were started by ex-Tate employees, and that's something that Angus absolutely loved. Angus set up the Tate Foundation, which I'll talk about next, and he structured Tate, the business, so that it could never be sold. He was offered a lot of money, and he was not interested. So the Tate Foundation is a charitable entity that majority owns Tate Communications. Its purpose is to foster education in New Zealand, particularly in STEM. The Tate Foundation is obviously a co-founder of tonight's event, or the summer program. Examples of other beneficiaries that we have in Canterbury, the Tate Foundation sponsors prizes for primary school science fairs, robotics for Burnside High School, tech equipment for Papanui High School, a complete science lab for Lincoln High School, funds the Women Engineering Program at the University of Canterbury. So those are just some examples. In sponsoring this summer program in entrepreneurship, the Foundation is supporting something that is completely aligned with Angus's learnings from 50 years ago. And it remains in the front of mind at Tate today. Businesses like ours cannot thrive or even survive with only passion and technical capability. We also need customer-centric thinking and commercial acumen. As employers, we value and we seek those with an entrepreneurial mindset. And just to close, a few comments about the evolution of Tate as a business. We are growing and we need to grow. And the way that we're going to do that, historically, that's been through organic growth only. We are now fully into a mode of collaboration and partnership with many external entities and even acquisition. We've almost tripled in the last 4 years. We continue to innovate on every front. Everything is up for grabs, whether it's our products and solutions, the way that we gain, train or retain people, the way in which we work, and even the way in which we structure our business. Everything is changing because we need to move faster. We cannot scale and remain competitive if we don't partner and collaborate with external entities. And the final thing that I'll mention is that one of the initiatives that we have as a business is to establish an engineering centre of excellence. So the idea is that Tate will be the centre, the epicentre of an ecosystem of academic and industry partners so that we can raise the bar on our engineering competence in these areas. I mention that because we're very interested in collaborating with tech startups that either may need assistance in some of those areas or provide me some benefit in those areas. So entrepreneurs, watch this space, and thank you for your time. Ngā mihi nui.
Thank you for everything you guys do. It really does make a massive impact to everyone that comes through UCE as a student as well. It is the time I'm most excited for. I've purposefully kept myself in the dark as well because I knew I wouldn't be able to hide my expressions up here. So, without further ado, we have got the UCE Director, Jared Quinn, our Program Lead, Pete Howard, and the Associate Dean of the UCE Business School, Anne-Marie Kennedy, coming up on stage to announce the awards. If you could please welcome them up now.
Well, now to the climax of the evening. Although for me, every pitch tonight has been something worthy of our attention here tonight. So I hope I get it right this year. Last year I got the awards out of order and they said to me I had one job. So this is about learning and pivoting. So now the deliberation, we had some independent judges that Pete will introduce later on. We keep independent judges so that it is very much, we know the students very well. We want an independence and objectivity about the potential of their ventures. So we have an independent judging panel which Pete will talk about later on. The deliberation between the judges was robust and vigorous, they have told us, due to the really high calibre of the pitches. And it was obvious that everyone had embraced the spirit and the content of the program, and they'd done the work to get where they are today. So they felt they were very grounded, but also had a sense of ambition. So we're going to start off with the recipient of the People's Choice Award. And that was voted by you and by the live stream audience, because this has been streamed on YouTube Live. And the venture which struck a chord with the audience is Paxi. Please come up. Now, the next award is the presentation, the Best Presentation Award of $500. Now, this celebrates a pitch which contains all the necessary information and has clearly presented its proposition in a compelling and engaging way. So it's not just about the slickest appearance or the slickest presentation, it's about how do you convey the information that supporters and collaborators and investors need to know. So the winning presentation was an example of great storytelling, which echoed throughout the presentation. The confident delivery showed that the presenter cared about the impact of their venture, and the supplementary information which was available to the judges was very relevant and robust. So put your hands together, please, and come back, Olivia. Welcome to Paxi again. Next is the Innovation Award of $500. It is awarded when the idea or solution is novel and brings a new angle to the idea or problem. Now, this winning venture attempts to disrupt established providers by offering a new take on a common problem. Built on a clear problem definition, an understanding of customer behaviours, and applied use of artificial intelligence technology, the Innovation Award goes to Clutter. Next, the Impact Award, also of $500. Awarded to the venture where the solution addresses the problem, could well be implemented, and could make a significant positive impact in the world. The winning idea presented a passionate desire to solve a real-world problem with a good understanding of supply chain considerations. It is purpose-driven as well as commercially and technically feasible. And as I said earlier, business can be a force for positive change as well as for profit. This venture, as well as having the potential to be commercially viable, embraces the circular economy, providing environmental benefits, national identity. Come back, Paxi. And now to our final award of the ceremony, the Most Well-Developed Venture Award, also $500. And it recognised the venture which One job. One job was not to lean on the mouse pad on... There we go. Or teamwork. Yes. So the most well-developed venture award of $500 recognises the venture which overall has successfully integrated the elements of problem, solution, market, business model, feasibility and pitch. The winner has achieved initial validation, getting early traction in a difficult market characterised by high regulation and limited budgets. Showing a great founder market fit, the venture has a sensible market entry strategy with the potential to expand into other domains. So, the most well-developed venture award, congratulations, goes to our own Men in Black on-chain education. So thank you again to all the ventures and to the judges. It wasn't easy, I was there for the judging, I know how hard it was. To the students, while not every venture received an award tonight, you're all amazing. Carry on. Back to Emma.
Okay, that was very exciting. As we wrap up tonight, I've written some nice words. So, let's take a moment to acknowledge every founder who got here and shared their vision. That takes courage, and tonight, every single one of you in the audience were a part of that journey. To the mentors, partners, friends, flatmates, parents, and anyone who's been a sounding board throughout the messy parts, I'm going to do a round of applause for you. Thank you for being there. You make a community possible. I have a huge thank you to our speakers, our supporters, our sponsors, the UCE team, who make this ecosystem what it is. And it is a phenomenal ecosystem. I haven't been a part of the Auckland or Wellington one, but I would go to war for the Christchurch startup ecosystem. It is a great one. Thank you to everyone up here behind us. And so for my favourite part of the evening, which I've said about 3 times, but we're about to do some networking. So I think that the most important thing that we do when you meet the founders is, rather than asking them, what do you do, and having a CV-style conversation, start the conversation as a friend, ask them what is the help that you would need the most right now, and think if there's any way possible that you could offer them that help, or if there's somebody that you know could offer them that help. And then in a few years' time, when you read about them in the newspaper, you can say, I helped them get there and I saw them pitch when it was just an idea. Have a beautiful evening, everyone. Thank you for Pete would like to come up.
Emma, I mean, like, such an incredible job, and then just like somehow skipped ahead. Oh, no, yeah, well, I mean, look, we can talk, right? Like, I mean, last year we announced the wrong winner, so this year I think we're doing better. No, look, Emma's jumped the gun. Really, Summer Startup is only possible, thank you to an absolute village. Like, I have this huge thing where the involvement of seasoned founders, the involvement of industry experts, the people that have been there and done that, without them and their involvement in this program, we just simply wouldn't be able to do it. So in terms of the number of people that have been involved and supported Summer Startup, it's basically over a third of this room have been involved at some point. So I'd like to just give a huge thank you to all of those people that have been our speakers, workshop facilitators, field trip hosts, and mentors. You're absolutely amazing. There's so many of you that I would personally like to thank, but we would end up being here all night, and we know you've got other things to be doing. I want to give a special shout out to the startups and businesses that have opened up their doors to the cohort this year. So we've had 10 different businesses from Cactus Outdoor, Hamilton Jet, Kia Aerospace, Ministry of Awesome, Partly, Peerage Products, Pure Sports Nutrition, Take Communications, Untouched World, and VXT. The experience that our cohort gain of getting to come learn about your journey, see your operations and what's behind it, and to some absolutely incredible Christchurch companies and startups is truly incredible. So thank you. So you got to see 10 of our ventures today. Our judges today that did the Showcase Awards, they had a tough job, but I tell you what, the judges last week for All Pitch had a really, really tough job trying to get from 18 to 10. So to Andy Blackburn, Charlotte Walsh and Jardin Green, huge thank you for your support. To Camille Hunt, Laura Wilkinson and Zach Warder-Gobleton, thank you. Thank you for giving your time to come. Well, thank you. Yes, awesome. Thank you so much for coming and giving your morning and early afternoon to supporting our showcase judging. We love what each of you bring into the world and cherish your expertise. So thank you. We'll set it to our summer startup sponsors, to Tate Foundation, to VXT, Hamilton Jet, CAANZ and the UCE Business School. Thank you, you're incredible. Right, and lastly, just want to give a quick thank you to the UCE team. I really do know how challenging I can be as a team member. Some days I would probably rather throw me out the building, but I am still here, so I'm somewhat lucky. But I really cherish all the contributions that you make and bring to coaching, teaching, and the coordination of our programs and the support you provide for students. So thank you. To Arush, Emma, Renee, so blessed, so lucky to have your support with the program this year and the endless extra hours that you've put in. Now, I know you're all pressing to get to the barn, but can I please have all of the 2026 cohort that are here with us this evening just give a quick stand up and wave, because you're pretty much... Come on, hop up, you've all done amazing well. So really this cohort has been a huge pleasure to get to support. It takes a huge amount of hours to make Summer Startup happen, but all of that is completely and utterly insignificant because I know the trust, grit, perseverance that you put in and the heart that you all bring to the program, and so you make it really easy. So thank you. I just can't wait to see what you all build, and I'm already just so amped for what you're achieving in the world. And lastly, thanks to everybody for joining us this evening. Thank you for supporting the next generation of entrepreneurs and change makers. Together, we are building Ototahi into a hotbed of innovative startups that will transform Aotearoa and the wider globe. So thank you. Emma, did you still have anything you wanted to say? Yeah. Hi. Should we just say go?
I've said my speech. Go have a wine. See you soon. Thanks for coming.